When Matt was moving, he accidentally discovered a strange hole in the wall. Filled with curiosity, he tore off the wallpaper and found an iron door covered in mysterious symbols hidden underneath. Apparently, there was an ancient secret room behind the iron door, but he couldn't see anything through the keyhole. Matt suddenly remembered that the 2 pieces of iron he had thrown away while cleaning the room could be assembled to form a key. Carefully, he inserted the key into the keyhole, and as he turned it, the sound of gears clashing immediately rang out. Scared, Matt quickly called his wife, Kate, and together they pushed open the iron door, only to find that it was pitch black inside. Just as Kate was about to go in and investigate, the wall lamp behind them suddenly started flickering. However, Matt thought it was just a circuit malfunction and was about to call someone to fix it. As soon as Kate exited the secret room, the wall lamp returned to normal. Soon, Matt brought a repairman to check it out, but as soon as they stepped into the basement, they were stunned by what they saw. The repairman had never seen such a complex wiring system, thousands of cables intricately intertwined like a precise, large-scale computer. With no solution, the repairman was about to leave but then revealed a chilling secret to Matt, saying that this was a haunted house and that the previous owners had mysteriously died inside. Matt then understood why the real estate agent had been willing to sell the mansion at half price. He subsequently searched online and found out about the bizarre murder case that had occurred there years ago. Although the killer of the homeowner couple was caught, the police couldn't determine the culprit's real identity, and the killer himself had no idea how he ended up in this world. Helpless, the police had no choice but to send him to a psychiatric hospital for treatment. Feeling increasingly aggrieved, Matt decided to go to the secret room and drink alone. However, the alcohol he brought quickly ran out, but he hadn't had enough. Suddenly, the desk lamp began to flicker without warning, and then a brand new bottle of liquor appeared in front of him, scaring him out of his wits. Meanwhile, Kate noticed the lights in the house flickering rapidly again and found her husband kneeling in the secret room. What puzzled her was that various world-famous paintings were piled around her husband. Matt immediately told Kate that these were genuine masterpieces. Looking at her husband, Kate even wondered for a moment if he was having a mental breakdown. In desperation, Matt asked Kate to name the thing she wanted most at that moment.
I want $1,000.
As the lights went out, a pile of dollar bills appeared on the floor, and Kate was startled by this sudden surprise. After constant persuasion from Matt, Kate finally relented. Unaware that this decision would bring them unbearable disaster, the lights in the secret room went out again and again, and they carried out an endless supply of cash, piling it up into a small mountain. The walls were covered with authentic Van Gogh masterpieces, and they dined on the finest food, wore the most fashionable clothes, and even bathed in countless diamonds. The couple unleashed their boundless creativity and indulged in this life without restraint. However, the events that followed marked a turning point in their luxurious lifestyle. After an intense period of indulgence, Kate grew bored of the extravagant life. Even though they enjoyed a king's lifestyle every day, it still brought them endless emptiness. What else could fill their greedy hearts? Soon, Matt found the answer. They were missing something every family has, a child. But Kate's expression took a 360-degree turn. She refused her husband's suggestion without hesitation, having already experienced 2 miscarriages and not wanting to go through it again. Seeing Kate's determination, Matt didn't press further, but it seemed a ripple had already formed in Kate's heart. As she ran her fingers over a crib, a dangerous and frightening idea suddenly came to mind. The lights in the wish room flickered rapidly again. When Matt returned home, he found an inexplicable baby on the bed. It was clear that this baby was brought into existence through Kate's wish in the room. At that moment, Matt finally exploded. He couldn't accept an out-of-nowhere baby as his own, especially one with no blood relation. Unable to persuade her husband, Kate finally gave in and agreed to wish the child away. As Matt took the child and prepared to make the wish, he hesitated, as he deeply desired to have a child. In the end, he agreed to raise the child, to care for the child. Matt woke up in the middle of the night to get milk from the room, while Kate stayed up day and night with the child. Over these days, Matt noticed that everything seemed too strange. To investigate the history of the strange house, he opened his computer again to review reports of the murder of the former owners, and he found an important clue. To uncover the truth, Matt grabbed some cash and left the house. He planned to drive to the mental hospital where the killer was. As the first visitor in 45 years, the nurse was astonished. Matt intended to ask why the killer had murdered the previous owners, but what the man said left Matt even more confused.
It was the only way.
I need answers.
What you need is advice. Forget about the room. Get out of the house and do that now, before it's too late.
The killer's words left Matt unsettled, and when he paid for gas, he noticed that the cash in his pocket had turned to powder. At that moment, he realized the severity of the situation and hurriedly drove home. He grabbed a handful of cash and threw it out the window, only to watch it all turn to dust in the air. Unwilling to believe his eyes, Matt rushed back inside, grabbed a Van Gogh painting, and dashed to the door. As he placed the painting on the threshold, an incredible scene unfolded before him. The portion outside the door began to decay rapidly. He finally understood that anything created by a wish would disintegrate upon leaving the house. Determined to understand the wish room's mechanism, he ignored Kate's attempts to stop him and started hammering the walls. After breaking through, he discovered that the entire room was surrounded by a complex network of cables. Matt didn't stop there. He began smashing the other walls, finding the same intricate wiring everywhere, even beneath the floor. He soon discovered a bizarre drawing under the wallpaper, which seemed to be the design blueprint of the house, with densely packed lines representing the strange cables. While Matt tried to decipher the mystery, Kate, holding the child, was preparing to leave. Matt tried to stop her but couldn't explain it to her. Kate, silent, still left with the child. However, Matt did not stop Kate further, thinking it might be the best fate for the child. As Kate stepped out the door, the baby in her arms instantly began to change, with the skin turning red and aging rapidly. Within seconds, the baby's body had undergone a dramatic transformation. Hearing Kate's heartbreaking cries, Matt rushed out, but back inside, they found the baby had grown to the size of an 8 or 9-year-old boy. Nevertheless, Kate continued to care for the child, keeping him locked inside to study and lying that the outside world was full of deadly viruses, insisting that he could only survive by staying indoors. But the more she did this, the more rebellious Shane became. Moreover, the outside world filled him with infinite longing. One day, while Kate was playing the piano, Shane quietly walked to the door, opened it, and cautiously extended his hand outside. The sudden gust of wind immediately alerted Kate. She pulled him back inside and carefully checked his hands. It was only after confirming that Shane was unharmed that she felt relieved. To prevent Shane from running away again, Kate nailed shut all the doors and windows with wooden boards. Little did she know, this action would mark the beginning of a nightmare for the couple. During a heated argument about this incident, Shane overheard the truth from outside the door and learned about the existence of the wish room. That night, while the couple slept, Shane explored the house alone and soon found the exact location of the wish room. Driven by a powerful curiosity, he walked in. The next morning, Matt discovered that the broken crystal ball had miraculously been restored. Sensing something was wrong, Matt quickly informed Kate. Just then, the house lights began flickering. As the couple opened the wish room, they were stunned to find a forest had appeared out of nowhere to fulfill his desires. Shane had used the wish room to create an entirely new world. However, Matt felt an intense unease. He pulled Shane out and angrily warned him never to enter the room again. Then, he locked the room and hid the key. Kate is then told that Shane is a ticking time bomb, and there's no telling when he'll make a wish to create some kind of monster. At that moment, the phone in the room rang. Shane picked it up, and Matt quickly grabbed the phone from him, discovering it was the killer from the psychiatric hospital calling. Everything was just as he had predicted, and the caller claimed to be the creation of the house's original owner. When Matt asked how the caller could survive outside the house, the killer revealed that there was only one way: the creator must die. If Kate died, Shane could continue living in her place. Matt realized the previous owner had been killed by him. Meanwhile, Kate overheard their conversation through the intercom. Unable to accept all this, Kate drove away from the house, intending to end her life to save the child. However, at the last moment, she couldn't go through with it. Meanwhile, unable to contact Kate, Matt flew into a rage at home, even dragging Shane outside and telling him he wasn't real, just a creation of the room. Shane realized he had no childhood memories, not even a birthday. Unable to accept this truth, he was devastated. Soon, Kate returned home, and Matt comforted his distraught wife, who finally found some peace. However, they didn't know that Shane was watching them through a crack in the door, developing a desire to possess his mother. That night, while they were asleep, Shane stole the key to the room. When they woke up, they found the door wide open, with Shane's clothes scattered on the floor. They hurried to the living room, only to find that Shane had grown into a young man. Unexpectedly, Shane pulled out a gun. He had always resented Matt for taking his mother and had grown up quickly to reclaim her. Kate, fearing he might do something dangerous in his unstable emotional state, tried to calm him down. Seeing the opportunity, Matt tackled Shane, and they fought, with Kate being knocked unconscious. When she came to, only Matt was by her side. Kate asked where Shane was, and Matt told her that during the struggle for the gun, it had accidentally fired and killed Shane. The remains have long since been moved outside the house and reduced to powder. During their meal, Kate noticed something strange about Matt. He was eating beans, which he never did, and his mannerisms resembled Shane's, even playing with children's toys. At that moment, something strange happened again. Matt suddenly woke up on the floor, as if everything he had experienced was just a dream, but he found himself alone in the house, desperately searching for his wife. He ran upstairs, where the lights began flickering rapidly again. He sensed something was wrong, but the iron door was locked, and the hidden key was gone. In a panic, he grabbed a hammer and started smashing the walls. After a long time, he finally broke through, revealing a complex network of cables inside. Luckily, he eventually made it through the wall. As he stood up, he saw a world identical to the one outside. It was clear this was Shane's creation. Following the footprints on the ground, he ran into the forest. Sure enough, not far away, he found an identical house. Meanwhile, Kate realized the man in front of her wasn't her husband but Shane, who had wished to look exactly like Matt. He begged Kate to stay with him forever, but she pushed him away and ran. As she searched for her husband, Matt appeared, and then suddenly, another Matt appeared in front of her. Both Matts accurately recited secrets only they would know, leaving Kate unable to determine which one was real. However, as one of the Matts pulled her to run outside, Kate pushed him down. In the next second, this Matt transformed back into Shane. As the two tried to leave, they found themselves endlessly circling inside the house. Turns out Shane turned this place into the Mobius ring long ago by making a wish. Suddenly, the lights in the room flickered again. The awakened Shane quickly found the couple, who were completely unprepared when Shane suddenly stabbed Matt. But just as he approached Kate to comfort her, another identical couple appeared outside. It turned out that during their escape, the couple had remembered they were still in the wish room. They had wished for identical versions of themselves to fool Shane, allowing them to escape the room and return to the real world. As they were about to open the door and leave, Shane caught up with them and charged at Matt. But as Shane realized he was now in the real world, it was already too late. Shane aged at an accelerated pace, and before Kate's eyes, his body turned to ashes. They thought their lives would return to normal. The couple moved out of the villa and found a rental house to live in, but Kate inside the house didn't open the door for Matt. She just sat motionless on the edge of the bed, staring blankly. It turned out she had discovered she was pregnant, but the couple had been unable to conceive for some reason. Do you know what the reason is when you see this?